Ramblin' Man Moto and Drone. I have my Springfield back from having the heated grips installed and the reduced side stand. He finished that part where I couldn't get the spring back on. The mechanic told me that that spring was the toughest one he's ever had to put on. Said he ended up having a screwdriver approach. I don't think he's ever tried the coins approach, and I don't think he had a vise. But he said he had to like rig up a, I think a rope or a wire, and then used a ratchet to keep pulling, and even then it took some effort to twist it to go into the hole. So I guess I feel a little better that a guy with a lot of experience had trouble with that one. I don't think I was going to get it. And I do have the heated grips on, even though today is kind of in the mid-60s. I put it on level 5, which is right in the middle of the 10 settings. I'm going to hit this heat up one more level. You see it shows it right there. I'm going to show you guys these heated grips. I mean, you can see the heated grips. He didn't do a very good job pointing this. Pointing that one kind of this way and this way. They're not. I wish that would have been turned up a little bit. But such as like. But this is the button here, and you cut them off by hitting the center one. And you go up and down by hitting the number up and down here. And I had it on 6. And you cut it off by hitting that center button. I'm going to cut that off. And the other thing I'll show you, see if I can show you from here, is the reduced reach kickstand. So that's it there. And the difference is this little piece at the end. So before, I could not grab it with my foot without really scooching forward, almost on the tank. It's still a slight reach, but I can grab it and kick it back with one movement, maybe two, depending on how I approach it. And if I kick it down, that one's probably still kind of a 2-part, but I'm able to, let's see, there it is there, grab it, pull it back, and then push it back down. And that tends to work pretty good for me. I think I'm glad I did that. Okay. Come around and show you that reduced reach kickstand. That's what it looks like from this side. You know, I noticed at that stop that my guy, when he put the grips on, the left one is really pointed down more than I would have liked. I bet he was aware of that, but it was probably too late. Then you got to break it. You see how that one, the Indian here, you see right there centered pretty nice. This one's should have been rotated up a little more. They're not equal. Would that bother you? Or is that being too much of a perfectionist? And the instructions for how to do it, it definitely said get them into position quickly before the adhesive dries. And you don't want to have to unbreak it. It's going to be a mess, I bet. It'll take me a while before I unsee it and try to forget about that. This right one, I've got the grips on 10 right now. The right one is getting super hot. The left one I don't feel as much. Yeah, I think I'm going to have to cut it down. The left one I barely feel. I'm actually not even sure it's changed. The right one definitely changed. Might need to like even pull my glove off and check. Well, this right is definitely hot. The left is getting there, but nowhere like the right. I kind of want to leave it on until I can stop and compare the two with no glove on, but this one is getting really hot. Ooh-wee, that's hot. That's very hot. Whew.